it comes with. Oh, love you. And so I'm starting to mess around with this module so that I can get that header how I want it. Now, maybe there's some other brilliant way to do this, but apparently there's a module that is a builder module, and that might be helpful for other people to know. Then you could put that module in the header position, and that could just be there. Is that a tip or a trick? I don't know. You guys all probably know that already, but since nobody was talking, I did.
I think it's a great tip.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
That's what I got.
There are many ways to have a menu because as long as your website is not multilingual, which is probably your case in the US, for example, if it's just English, then actually you don't even need a module because in YOOtheme you can say what your main menu is, and then everything happens automatically.
Yeah,
and within YOOtheme, then you can even have a mega menu if needed. But
right, so I haven't even hit the menu yet. I just put it, I put it stacked because I want at the top what I want at the top, like, because that gets people to, never mind, it's a long story. But I haven't even touched the menu part. But we do have customers that absolutely have multilingual because we're very big in the Dutch library community. Like, we do public libraries. That's what we do. And so I have to always think about my Dutch people.
Yep.
I know. I love you too.
No, and it's a really nice way to do something different than what YOOtheme wants you to do in the header, like a logo and the menu. If you want the menu below your header or whatever, you can fix that with the modules.
Yeah, but how do I center something? How do I get, like, are there suffixes? Are there module suffixes that I can use in modules to get them to align in one direction or another, or I just have to work it somehow?
There are probably some classes you can use from the UI kit. You can use all UI kit classes.
That's good. That's good. I forgot about that thing.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I can share my screen 1 second because
I'll be quiet. You guys go into tips and tricks on UI kit. I love it. Keep on.
Yeah, because actually, indeed, sometimes you need something special which is not there in the interface. But if you make a search like on UI kit icon, I say something, UI kit icon, and then I have the explanation. I see all the existing icons, and if anywhere in the middle of a sentence, for example, I want to add an icon, well, I can just copy paste the HTML example here from the documentation of YOOtheme Pro UI kit. So this is a simple one with icons, which I use a lot because sometimes, I just want to prefix or to put an icon in the middle of somewhere. So that's handy. But you could also say, for example, Elisa, which one was it for the dogs and cats and dogs thing that you had? What is the name of that element to say it's a 9 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 3 out of 10?
The progress
a bar or something.
The progress bar.
Yeah, progress. Yeah, that's progress.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask Jen. Hi, Jen. Where do you want to center a module?
Right. So, I want to center a module in the header. So, like, I really just need 3 module positions.
Okay.
In the header and then the menu below, but and I just started messing with it, like, just the other day. So I'm sure I can ultimately figure this out. I think what I figured out is that I need to set the percentages for the columns.
What you could do is you have in YOOtheme different module positions, for example, for the header, for top, and so on.
Yes, I saw those.
And you have a builder module from YOOtheme. So you can publish a builder module on whatever
Header.
position. And
Right.
then you have the builder. You can have 3 columns, and you can place the
Yes.
modules where you want them.
That's where I was. That's the part where I stopped, because I think I managed with the stacked header to be able to get the logo, my custom search bar, and another custom module. Not custom Joomla's custom, but literally my own custom extension. And so, but then I couldn't get it centered, which is when I started looking into the builder, because I think the builder will let me have the columns where I can slot the modules in. But I actually am really enjoying this UI kit icon thing too, because also in my custom extension, the navigation arrows don't display in YOOtheme, but they do in Cassiopeia and Gantry. And so I'm interested in this too. Also, hi, Elisa. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
I don't also want to take over this meeting. So are other people raising their hands? Because I want other people to talk. Yeah.
I can, yeah. You can, I also wanted to say something. Hi, everybody. I have a bit of a cold, so that's why I sound funny, probably. When you center something, you can do that also within each, like the elements have something, and you could also use in the modules, the module class. I think that would still work. But actually, I wanted to show you something. I mean, in general, all of you, because what I figured is like, so I can share. I was just trying to get the correct. It's really slow right now. Does it work in Firefox sharing?
Yeah, I'm using Firefox.
Because I clicked it and it doesn't start. Oh no. 1 second.
It's because you have a cold.
So it's slower.
Yeah.
1 second. I just share my full screen. That's easier. So on our own website, we just rebuilt stuff. And can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
I have this yellow button
Here it
here, which
comes.
says I have this yellow button which says call me back. And if you click on it, you get a nice modal and they have a form there. And I use RS forms a lot. And it was really, when I figured out, I don't know, it was really easy to do that actually. Because I think, so I have a button element and I have here like the call me back. So I have 2 buttons and one is the call me back. And you have a dialogue content here. I don't think that's there for a long time. I think it just came with YOOtheme 5. So I just add my RS form with the, make it a bit bigger. So I just add my RS form brackets here, and then I can just load my modal here, because for the button in the settings, you can say that it should be a dialogue as a modal. And then it just opens like this, or I could even make it as off canvas, and then it will just open. Oops, where is it? On the off canvas position. So yeah, I really thought it's really nice, and you don't need much or any other element or something. You can just have the dialogue here and just add something. So that's
I love
what
that.
I
That's
wanted to share.
awesome.
Is that
How's the
WCAG compliant?
Good question. I haven't tried, but I think so. You just have to be careful. You could, because with the modal, you could also have an external link here, but that would be preloaded on your website. And then you have all these external things here. I don't know. I would have to go to the website itself and check there. There we go. Yeah, it should be. So I'm okay. The focus is not very good, but I'm staying in the modal, I think, until I close it. Yes, so it should be accessible.
Oh, nice.
So that's the dialogue thing here. It's really useful when I figured that out.
Yeah, I think that new field came with YOOtheme Pro 5 2 months
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
But I had never
And
played with it. I have not used it. So now I'm happy that I have a use case.
yeah. Yeah, it was really because it saved a lot of things to think of how to get that in a modal here or move to another site. So, okay.
I'm
That
just
was
coming
my
back to Jen's question because Elisa is also there. Maybe I reshare my screen here. So when you were saying that the UI Kit documentation website is nice, for example, there is a progress, how do you call that, component. It's
Bar.
just this little thing there in
Yeah.
HTML. So actually, in one of our session, if you look on YouTube, if you search for YOOtheme, Elisa Fultin, cats and dogs, you will find this session. And there, Elisa was showing that you could have different characteristics for each each dog, each cat, and actually to have this little progress bar. Well, it was done manually, well, semi-manually. It's dynamic because you fetch a custom field for the value. Is it 4? Is it 7? Is it 10? But she would just use this in HTML. So there is no progress bar element within YOOtheme as such, but sometimes you can just exploit UIKit directly in your content.
Terrific.
I don't know whether you were already there, Elisa, but I showed your light mode, dark mode thing.
No, I just joined. I was a
Yeah,
little bit
but you
late.
know it already. So
Cool.
so anyone else? Who wants to share tips
I
and
can
tricks?
just the progress bar. I'm using that also. I mean, you can use that for other things too. I used that also for an RS form again with a multi-page
Oh,
design because you can set the page steps and then it's dynamically going the progress bar. So I'm just trying to see where I have it and I can show it.
while Sigrid is looking, I remind you on the website we have just added a new menu. So on youtheme.joomla.group, there is a new menu item, tips and tricks, so that during this session or any time between two sessions or whatever, you can submit your tips and tricks or see other people's tips and tricks. So that can be nice.
Okay, I found it. I can share that. It's taking some time again. So I use the YOOtheme. That's a website that's still in development mode. 1 second. So can you see that? There's
We are not,
Africa pictures.
we are not seeing your screen yet.
1 second. It tells me.
Yep.
No. Okay. So there's this. The form is not ready yet, but they are offering safaris. You see that? There's a
Yeah,
the images. Yeah. So
Yeah.
at the top there's the progress bar. So that's an yeah, you choose like some thing and then you click go further, and the progress bar is at the top is going with the pages.
Okay.
And so whenever I finish go further, so that's RS Form has this multi-page thing. And I don't know if you know RS Form, but you can have this page steps here, and it tells you go forward, which means weiter. And if you edit that in the attributes, you can have the progress message, and you can use like page, total, and percent there. So and I took the progress bar from UIKit, added it here, and added the value. That's the page, and the max, it's the total.
Very smart.
Nice.
So, and that's the, yeah, it works quite nice, and you don't have to care about the design then.
Yeah. And hopefully, very soon, Convert Forms will also have multi-page, isn't it, Elisa? We are lobbying for that. So yeah, then we can also use a tip for Convert Forms.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone, another tip? It can be a huge thing and it could be a tiny thing, right? Don't believe anybody, a newbie can have a good tip and an expert can have a good tip as well. So there is no, don't be shy.
Valentin, you put something in the chat about using the export. Is it something you want to tell us about?
Yeah, tell us about it, because I want to know. I don't know anything.
Haven't prepared anything for it, so I don't know if I can share my computer screen, because there might be some client informations on it. Yeah, it's in the page builder. You can use to save layouts for elements, for sections, or for the whole layout, and you can export it and import it into another site. So you don't have to mess with all the settings and all the elements. So it, in my case, it's some way easier to get the element how I want it to.
Nice.
Maybe we can show it on the YOOtheme page. I think there is a feature to try things out. Start sharing. Just a moment. I have to clean my desktop. Sharing. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So I'm on the YOOtheme website where the page builder menu is, and you have there the try now button, and you can mix some stuff up. So yeah, for example, you have here the layout, and you can save it. I think it's not working here. We will test it. Yeah. I think it's, but it's like that. If you're in the page builder, you have the library button where you can choose from the layouts and for your custom layouts, and you can save the whole layout. and it's the same if you're selecting or have here your where I think it's here, the small button save in library, and you can save an element or a whole section. No.
Yeah, that's a nice way to reuse within the same
The
website
section
or
is
to export and import, between websites.
the save is on the top of the section. Yeah, that's a nice feature, I think.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, can save a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a nice way also to have backups, because sometimes you're doing so many changes and then you regret and you want to come back. So at least if you save your layout regularly, you can come back to any other version.
Yeah.
Elisa, you want to say something?
Yeah, I can show you something. Oops, the buttons just changed. The screen, please. Okay, you see my 1000 tabs open? Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
So this is
You
the
see the
unicorns. Yeah, again, the unicorns website. It's in German. I'm sorry, but I will translate you what you see here. This is when I log in as a user on the page. There's a members area. And in this members area, also in the mega menu, you can greet the user by pulling the dynamic data of the current logged in user. So you can greet the user in the mega menu, but also, of course, on a welcome page. This is just one article. It's called Welcome. And I put here the username and write nice to have you here. And I write here, you're logged in with your email address, this and that, because it could be that maybe a super admin has several login datas or something. And this part says, hey, you still have free shop items. It's because they have a teamwear shop, and every member gets a free season shirt, and it depends on the user group. So if you have the user group free season shirt, you have still one free item left this year, and then it shows you have a t-shirt for free, and it displays. When they buy the shirt, I remove the user group, and then this does not display anymore. It's not live yet. That's why this is not so nice yet, but it shows your user groups. So I'm in women's stuff, for example, and I'm a Unicorns team member, but this will be a little bit better in future. Here's a link to the social media platform they have. It's called Spond. Here's my user profile with the custom fields I have in the user profile, and I can change the user profile when I click here. And here I added something special. It's when I want to play for the Unicorns football team, I have to upload a picture of me. I have to upload a copy of my ID. I have to upload something from the doctor that I'm allowed to play in a team, and so on. And this section says, we need this from you. And this items I already uploaded, like my picture, but something like this is missing still. And here this says I have to upload my ID. And when I click here on the form, I have a very simple form, ID front, ID back. And when I upload this, let's just upload anything. I have action here in convert forms that fills a custom field in my user profile that I uploaded my ID. So it does not check if it's really my ID, but it says, thank you for uploading your ID. And when I go back on the welcome page, oh, wait, normally, okay, some demonstration effect, we say in Germany. So normally this would be checked and yeah, thank you, you uploaded your ID, which worked for those ones, but maybe I did not set it up for the ID. I can show you in convert forms. I have the forms and I have, for example, let's take something else which worked. Anti-doping, they have to sign that they read the document about doping. And here I have a webhook and it's working with the API. And here I have the ID, the user ID, the group. That fields are mandatory to update the user fields. And then I have the custom field here and I set it as 1, that they signed this form. And so I have it as a custom field in the user, and therefore I can pull it as dynamic data at this place. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show.
Oh, very nice. How do you come up with these ideas that it should or might work this way?
Well, you can pull dynamic data from the user, you can pull custom fields, and they wanted to have an overview for the team members, what they need to upload still to be able to participate in the team. And then I thought, okay, I need to set the custom field to, that they gave this information. And in convert forms, you have the webhooks where you can connect to the Joomla API and
One thing leads to another.
Yes.
But that's why I like complicated questions, because it makes you think of solutions you wouldn't think of if you didn't get the question. And then you can apply it to so many other things.
Absolutely, and I think you can do a lot of things with this combination. You can do maybe even surveys through convert forms and save then the survey data somewhere, and then show maybe with the progress bar design how happy the people are, or whatever. You can do a lot of things.
Oh, I need more free time. That's the problem with all these sessions we do. Afterwards, I need 4 days to do something with all the new input and things. So, since it's almost weekend, does anybody else have something to keep me from the street?
Maybe one small thing I can show you. I think that could be interesting for some of you. But I have, one moment, I need to see if I have an example of somewhere. Yeah, I have. No. There's a plugin made by Netzsinn. I paste the link into the chat. And I share my screen. This could be interesting for some of you. This website is not made by me, but the implementation of the plugin. The plugin is a free plugin from NetZin. I pasted the link, and it orders a category block by radius. You put into the plugin your Google API code, and you need a longitude and latitude field for your articles, and then you can search something by distance. So you can say, I want to have a job nearby this town, and then it sorts by distance. And this plugin came, there was a new release some weeks ago, and it even shows the distance in the list then. It's not here on the website, but you can do a radius search with this plugin, and I find it very nice.
Yes.
That's nice, because I had no precise solution to do that. And I have indeed many websites with latitude, longitude. So yeah, it makes sense.
You have when you use YOOtheme, you have the location field, and then you can type in the address, and then it shows you after you save it. It deletes the address from the field and shows longitude and latitude, so you can copy paste it into two fields, and you don't have to separately look it up. You can have the location field and below it the latitude and longitude field. And the setup from the plugin is quite easy. And in the latest version, he also added something like a debug mode where you can see what's missing from the setup. What do I have to do? And yeah, I think it's really nice if you need a radius search. Oh, Sigrid, some extensions are not listed. Oh, wait. It's not a YOOtheme extension, Sigrid. It's a Joomla extension, so you can use it with any
Okay.
template. It's you just need a form. It can be just pure HTML, and
Okay.
you need to pass parameters.
Yeah.
And yeah, a category block.
But the link that Sigrid posted is a tip on its own.
Yeah, that's true.
And I used the wrong icon. Sorry. I should be thumbs up, not thumbs down.
You are hanging upside down.
Yeah, I am.
As one does.
Yeah, maybe two tips, because something I had noticed very quickly by myself when I started to work with YOOtheme was the fact that when you go to styles, oh, you're not seeing my correct.
Yeah, you're seeing
your
your
screen.
screen.
You're seeing it. Okay. Maybe I should zoom a bit. Yeah. You have this preview button. That was obvious because, yeah, you see it on top of the page. And I was thinking, okay, nice. You already see a lot of things. What I had only discovered a couple of months ago, I must confess, is that once you have ticked that, actually, if you go on any of those menu items like cards, well, it shows you also the preview of those things. And previously, I thought, okay, it's a kind of best of the preview. We see this preview for the general things. I had not realized that it was, if it is still enabled when you open anything here, you also like, I don't know, button. Then I also see all the buttons, the preview of all the buttons. So that's, stupid thing.
And it looks like it's not just the preview. You can edit things. You can edit the settings for it. So like you were on button, right? And so if you're on button And now you can see over on the left-hand sidebar, you can actually edit it right there, which is a handy way to just kind of do everything at once. I was actually on this, I enabled this to just then go, okay, now wait a second, where am I going to go find this? Because this isn't, the color contrast isn't good enough, right? For whatever one I had picked that I was playing with. And like in one of the boxes, the font color for the normal text was just not good enough. But then you could just make that change right over there with what you just showed. I didn't know that either. That's great. Thank you.
Another tip that I took from Elisa at the last Joomla camp in Essen is the display swap here. So in the style, you have, in the first elements, you have Google Fonts. And sometimes if you want to optimize your websites and you get page speed or Lighthouse feedback saying, oh yeah, you should use display swap, but you were like, how do I implement this? How do I put this in place in YOOtheme Pro? Actually, all you have to do is to add ampersand display equals swap after
But only the last
well, at
one.
the end of each line there.
Just the last one, Mark.
The last
Only
one,
the last
when you have
font.
several ones, is just the last one.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
what
you
I
have to
heard.
check. It's only the last one, but you have to check on the website which one's loaded the last.
Oh, that I did not know.
Oh, everybody is improving on the other person's tip.
Sorry, I have to leave for a moment.
But
Okay.
I have also one addition to the style preview you said. I have to make it publicly available, but we rebuilt this. Can you go back to the overview? The preview of the styles? Because we thought that that's so cool that you have a preview of all styles on the website, but you are not able to share it with your client because this is just in the back end. Maybe you don't want to have your client in this view. So we rebuilt this as a layout, and I can upload it somewhere on my website or so. And then you can import it into your library. And then you have this view, you can put it on a menu item, for example, on the website. And before you continue working on the website or before it's going live, you can share it with your client and you have the whole style sheet and you can show that's how every style looks like for you. And yeah.
Nice.
If you're interested, I can send it to you directly, but I will put it also on my website soon.
Yeah, you can submit it on. So on the website here, there is a new section, tips and tricks. You can also put the link there so that it's listed on the suggestions that everybody.
That's cool.
Look, your last suggestion is already there.
Oh,
wow. Yeah, Valentin, you also had something.
That's the same like I'm doing it. I have a template where all the elements are in, and with JavaScript I can also show what actually a font name, font family is using, and there I have inherited sections because the preview is not showing the actual element colors. Because if you're in, for example, on a secondary section, the element is behaving in another way, like it's on the default section. And not all those elements you can change in YOOtheme. You have to use some custom CSS for it. but there is I will share my screen. And often in the page builder, you can see my screen, I think.
Yeah, indeed.
And I try out, where was it? In styles, I think, yeah. Preview, and in verse, there you can change some of those aspects for the inverted stuff, but not all. For example, if you have a secondary section and a default panel,
Okay.
the button might also behave like it's on the secondary section and not on a default panel. Somehow it's a bit complicated.
Another tip, somebody? I still have personally several ones in stock, so I can share one or two. For example, on some websites, you don't always have an image. Like this is for a website for movies. The vast majority of the movies have an image, a poster, but not all articles. So then what I wanted to have instead of having nothing was to have a kind of default image like this one, so that at least I have something on the banner view and also on the blog view. And the way you can simply achieve that is it's mentioned on the tips and tricks. Where is it? It's this one. Actually, in your element, like a grid or whatever, or your image element, you select the image you want, like the intro image, full image, or your custom field image, and then you make a search and replace. But the search has to be a regular expression, so called regex in short. And when you write a regex, you need to start with a slash and to finish with a slash so that YOOtheme knows it's a regex, right? And between those two slashes, you put your real regular expression. So this thing, I don't know how it's called, but the hat and the dollar, right, means empty. So my search is if it is empty. So if my intro image is empty, then replace it, and then I hard code it something. I have a default card JPEG image in my images assets folder, and that's it. And I'm sure that I always have an image, a default image as a fallback. So it's very easy to set up. Yeah. But you could also put any regex according to what you need. What else on the list that I could also mention? Yeah, we spoke about the display swap when you have page speed or Lighthouse suggesting improvements. But sometimes you also have a reference to use efficient cache lifetimes. So they could be different. Okay, maybe you already use an extension to manage that or whatever. That can be different solutions, but the natural way would just to put this in your HTTP access. And you could, of course, here I'm caching the images for 1 month, but you could also adapt that to 1 year or 3 months or 1 week, depending on your needs.
On some of my client sites, I have an extra exception for PDF files, because if they are changing, the user might not get the latest PDF file.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like if it's a press release and people keep changing it without changing the name, yeah, things like that. Another little tip is that if it happens that your session expires, so maybe you received a phone call, you were working on a website, received a phone call, and half an hour later, actually you were working in a layout, but you fear that if you click on save, actually you are already disconnected from the website, and so you would lose your work. So in that case, just open a new window in your browser. There, log in, come back to the page where you were working on the layout, and then you can save it.
Or I reckon you could export the layout.
Or what?
You could export the layout before you save. No?
Yeah, but maybe if you were disconnected from your website, you cannot. If
It'll
you click
just
on
tell
anything,
you.
you could just lose what you were doing.
I thought that it was a thing built into Joomla, but maybe it's not built into YOOtheme. If you're on an edit screen, that you're not supposed to lose everything even if the session expires. But maybe YOOtheme doesn't have that. That's a
I'm
good
not
point.
sure.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Good to know. Save before you take the phone call. Got it.
Yeah, or if you did not, don't worry. Just open a new window just to make sure.
Yes, that too.
Because sometimes I work in the train and the internet connection goes on and off all the time, every 5 minutes. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a nice
nice.
example where I don't want to risk to lose just if I am in an area
Yeah,
with that connection.
yeah. Okay, good point. Yeah, we don't really have trains, so that's nice that y'all do.
The export function is also working if something is broken in YOOtheme. I had a page where I was building a ABC to Z selector for all the elements, and I was doing it in a module, but the module size is depending on the uh, table size, and it cannot hold everything of that. So I have to split it. But before I have become to that solution, everything was broken, and I've reloaded the whole page, and everything was gone. So the export function is there also useful for it. If something is not usually working, you can use it and work later on, or send it to YOOtheme to the support.
Yep. So now we've already been busy for 1 hour. Officially, the session is supposed to stop now. We can stay together because I'm still available, so no urgency. But maybe some of you have to go, so please feel free. Anyway, I recorded the session, so I will put it a bit later on the website, the video. the replay. And maybe I should share my screen. I should share my screen 1 second so that I can already announce the program for next time. So there is a countdown when you have a doubt about is it 3 p.m. wintertime, summertime, UTC, whatever. So there is always a countdown. The next meeting, we will be we are very lucky to have Daniele from Zoolenders, who will make the session, the session he made at the YOOtheme Day in Hamburg. Was it like 6 months ago, something like that? Well, a bit renewed because there are new things since then, but that will be very interesting. So about advanced use cases with essentials for YOOtheme Pro. So because as you know, YOOtheme Pro 5 was released a couple of months ago, and a bit after that, Essentials released a new generation of their tools, because there are so many features within Essentials, so it was not done in one day, of course. It took a bit of time, but now YOOtheme Essentials version 3 is ready, and there are very nice there were already very nice features, but among the new features, you have the Joomla API as source. You could use any other Joomla website as source for your current website. That's just an example. But so it will mention advanced use cases of Essentials. And then the June session will be about YOOtheme. Again, if you use API, I think it's a very nice tool, but I will learn almost as much as yourself during this session. And what we would like to have is also a session about YOOtheme Pro and the new consent manager, because it's a bit tricky. Well, a bit tricky. I mean, there are many things to know. There is little documentation, but it's very nice, very powerful. Plus, there are also tips and tricks linked to that. So it would be very nice to have a session about that. So if you feel like speaking about that because you already have some experience with the cookie consent manager in YOOtheme Pro, just raise your hand, or after the meeting, just write a note to Rachel or to me. But that would be a nice topic, I think. Or if you have any idea of topic, either as a speaker, either just as participants, just feel free to share so that we can also foresee that in the program of the next month. Yeah, so that was the little conclusion. Now, for the people who want to stay longer, please stay. For the people who have to go, we were happy to have you with us today, and see you next month.
And don't forget, as Stefan mentioned in the chat, in October there will be the World Conference.
Oh, yeah.
So get your tickets now, because it's a great event.
Yeah. So conference.joomla.org. I already have my ticket.
Me too.
So, yeah. In Potsdam, Berlin, Germany. Thank you for reminding, Stefan. So, other tips, since nobody leaves, everybody wants to learn more. Maybe I still have a couple of ones that I already wrote just before the session. Yeah, that will be a nice one. Well, especially in the case of Joomla, because Joomla supports multilingual websites. In WordPress, you need plugins, so maybe the answer is different. But at least in the case of Joomla, on many websites, I build a template for, I don't know, the articles of type, of category, concert or movie, whatever, in one language. And then actually, in another language, basically it's the same layout. It's just a few words which will change, words which are like hard coded. And it's quite frustrating that you are duplicating a layout in 3 languages while basically it's the same one except for a couple of words. Because then afterwards, when you do maintenance, when you improve things, move things, change the layout, change the colors, you have to do it 3 times if you have 3 languages. So actually, I think it's not released yet, but probably if you use YOOtheme, you know Flat.studio. So Anatoly from Ukraine, who has many powerful elements, YOOtheme Pro elements. And he's about, I could already try it, but it's not officially released yet. But he's about to release a new little tool so that, for example, then you could have only one template for all your languages. And every time you want to translate something, you would just use this kind of shortcode, curly bracket fs lang equals, and then the name of your language string, which could be a Joomla language string if it already exists in Joomla, or which could be a custom language string if it's really something unique to you. Yeah, and then with one template in your builder, one layout, you could serve all languages with just those little words or sentences translated automatically. And it works really, really nicely. So I'm looking forward to the official release.
You're using essentials from Zoolanders. You can also use the language, what it's called, condition.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a different way to manage it. You could say, oh, I have a title. I need to translate it in 3 languages. Indeed, that would be another solution. In essential, if you use essentials on that website, Zoolander's essentials, then you could say, I make 3 titles, one in each language, and I add a display condition only for French, only for English, only for German. But it's a bit more cumbersome than just a language string, because a language string could be more universal on the website. The same language string could be used at 10 different places. It's more a native thing. And if my end
It
customers
depends
want to
on.
edit a language string, they can do it. I don't want them to play too much with the layouts because they could break things. Normally, they don't have to touch the layouts, but the language strings, I could show them, look, if you want to change the sentences and the words and stuff, just do it natively in Joomla, and that's very clean. But yeah, that's another way to reach the same results. Thank you.
You're right. I always forgot about users that are not familiar with the YOOtheme page builder, and after they are done, also the template is also messed up.
Yeah, well, it depends on the context. Sometimes some people, you can just show them how it works and they are happy to be independent in the builder. For some other users, well, you just want them to edit simple articles and not to mess around with the layouts. Just depends on the type of customer, project, and everything.
Another way
Yeah.
is also to get it done with CSS and HTML language code, but therefore all elements are in the HTML displayed.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be less clean, so to say. Yeah.
For machines, yeah.
Other tips. Don't be shy. Normally, what I had planned was to name everybody one by one and to say, now you have to say one tip. quite recently, what I wanted to have dynamically was the menu item title, and I was puzzled because there is, even if you use dynamic content, you can get the article title, you can get anything from the article, for example, the current article, but as far as I know, unless someone has an ID, you can't fetch the menu item title, because typically, well, very often, if the menu item points to leads to a single article, well, probably the title would be very close. But typically, an article could have a long title, but the menu item would be just the keyword of that title, shorter, I mean. So in that case, I have a proxy, so it's not really the menu item title, but someone answered me on Discord or on the forum, I don't remember. But why don't you use actually in the sources, the dynamic sources, instead of using article, you could say page, and then in the page, you can select the page title. So it's not exactly the menu item title, it's the page title, but this you can also customize yourself in Joomla natively. So yeah, that's the best proxy I've found. If somebody has another solution or a better ID, I will be happy to know.
And you was using it?
Sorry?
Where do you used it? Your combination of the menu item title.
Yeah, I wanted to use that as title for the page, for example, an element title or whatever. But
Yeah.
so that it would really reflect the menu structure and not the article title, because sometimes the article title is longer for some reason, or is an internal title just for internal use and not for, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Other tips? I don't see. Let me see if I have something else in stock. Yeah, for the youth, I was speaking. I would like to have a session dedicated to YOOtheme Pro 5 Cookie Content Manager. But in the meantime, I've gathered 2 useful links because I also needed to translate or to customize a text. And that could be a huge work, it seems, because you would have to do it yourself to translate your own language and stuff. And in that case, I don't work very often with WordPress, but it was a WordPress website. And actually, with this excellent WordPress plugin, the second link I'm showing here, if I'm still sharing my screen, well, actually, it works out of the box. All the languages, all the language strings are already translated, and you have a full interface. So that was really nice. And if somebody has a good tip about the favicon, which is in YOOtheme Pro, when you configure the favicon, it's always shown in the browser, but most of the time it is not seen by Google, for example. And
You have to fill all the favicon forms.
You at least you have to fill the touch icon.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
touch icon. Yeah.
Yeah, Google needs more than just the favicon.
Yeah, and if one is missing or has maybe the wrong format, it's messed up.
Yeah. So if you, because usually I was not fitting in the Apple Touch icon, because for me it was like a kind of extra. I was fitting the regular fav icon, either PNG, either SVG, if I had one. But yeah. Or sometimes I was just putting the real favicon.ico at the root of the website, and a couple of weeks later, uh, Google was seeing that one. So that was my little workaround. But okay, so it comes from the Apple Touch icon mostly, if I understand correctly. Okay, thanks. Yep. Do you have other suggestions, tips, and tricks?
Not really. But I
Oh,
don't know. On one of my recent projects, I changed the logo based on the date. I don't know if anyone is interested in that, because so with
you,
Essentials,
yeah,
you
you
can
changed the logo with?
so you can put the logo inside YOOtheme in the settings, but you can also put it on a module position. And with YOOtheme Essentials, you can say display this image between this date and this date. So we have now our Easter logo on the website, but when that's passed, we will have the default logo again, and they are also sponsors of the unicorns. So I made a logo where football comes across the logo, and this will be shown on the game day of the football game, for example. Yeah.
You're having much fun with this website, I think.
Wait, I show you.
And you can also switch it, for example, on another category, another to show another logo there.
Yeah. Well, you can. I think there are different ways how to change the display of the logo, either with directly the element and then apply it to a specific time, or maybe you can also here the videos are also shown at a specific time. When I go into the back end, moment. Here's later. Show you the logo later. So I have here the header for the technic is between 1 o'clock and 5:59 in the morning, and the access condition is set by the time between. Actually, it should be 1 o'clock. But they fixed it. Okay. There was a bug in Essentials that I could not show anything between 0 and something. It had to be between 1. But I think they fixed it already.
Or maybe it's because now it's summertime.
Oh, no, that does not change. Yeah, so I have different headers. It's the videos because during lunchtime they show the catering video, afternoon they show the cleaning video, and in the night they show the alarm video. They do some facility services. And the same we do with the logo, but on different dates. And yeah, this logo here will be shown when it's game day. I just put it in the back end to demonstrate them.
Yeah, I had never thought of. I thought of using the date condition, like yeah, so that I would say I only display the countdown before an event, and once it's the event has started, I don't display it. But I had never thought of having alternative sections or alternative things, really different content according to the time. That's interesting. I just thought of something else. Do you know Ubox? It's I think it's an initiative of Zoolenders. I think so. I should check that. But so the domain name is ubox.io, and so there you find plenty of ready to use elements. For example, sometimes you would like to truncate content so that you have a kind of uh, typically like for a newspaper where you see the first lines and then it becomes whiter and whiter so that it fades into the background without stopping at a precise word or letter. So in that case, yeah, that's the example of CSS which is used on your content, well, in your grid or whatever. If you put this CSS, well, it's a simple way to have this gradient effect of the text becoming transparent. So Ubox, I'm not testing them all, but I had noted it to share it today. And I think it's everybody can contribute to those things, to those examples. I remember that Stefan had shared on Mattermost a tip about YOOtheme, which was blocked sometimes by admin tools in Joomla. So admin tools being a security extension. But I don't have the link anymore or the copy paste of the explanation. But Stefan, if you're still there, you can submit it on.
He wrote he has to leave. I think he's gone.
Okay. And then if I can share a stupid tip, because sometimes it's obvious for many people, but sometimes you don't realize that it's there. So in my case, I had been using YOOtheme Pro for a long time already, and I was a bit frustrated that, and when I was using, for example, a mega menu or a sub layout, typically a sub layout, I was building a sub layout, something complex, and then I wanted to reuse it on some other page, and I was frustrated because I thought, there is normally on the section level, you can upload in a library. And I was like, yeah, but it's sub layout. So actually, that button is not there, the usual button of a section to upload in a library. Then I mentioned that recently to someone, and the person said, but why don't you just simply click on the big blue button called library? And I was like, gosh, I had never seen it because my usual way of working was to click on the little upload icon at the section level. So I was thinking, when you're in a sub layout, you cannot save, but actually even there and in mega menu, you can save. Just click on the library blue button. So sometimes you feel stupid. It's just in front of your eyes and you don't see it.
You won't be the only one.
Sure. It's also a bit complicated to save elements into a sub layout, or to get rid of the sub layout if you're not longer needing it. You have to save the layout and import it later on, and so on.
Yeah.
And that might also take some time to get it done.
Yeah, indeed. Sometimes sub layouts are so handy because otherwise you could not build certain layouts. But if I can avoid it, if I have another solution, I prefer the other solution than using sub layouts, because once something is within a sub layout, you cannot move it around elsewhere on the page. It's within a sub layout. So it's less flexible in the future if you want to move things around. But sometimes it's very handy because you can really do complex things.
And, at first, the template is also sometimes cleaner if the page is really long and has many elements within it. So you can group it. So text and headline, for example.
Other tips, people? We've been busy for 1 hour and a half instead of 1 hour, but that's just nice.
I don't have another tip, but Ernie came in late. Maybe has a specific question we can help Ernie with, or
I just got the time wrong. But there will be the replay, except that I forgot to record the first 10 minutes, I think. Because it's always the thing. We start the meeting and then I forget to start the recording.
I was supposed to help you.
Yeah, you were supposed to remind me, but I mean, I was not better than you, so... Yeah, I'm scrolling through the chat, but I don't think there were other questions or maybe if you have questions of specific things that you want to achieve, which are tricky, we can end on that. Someone is typing, but maybe just writing an email or something. Or maybe writing in the chat. I don't know. So I will do like in the auctions. I will count until 3. If there is no new tip and trick or question, then we'll have
you're too late.
Up. Sorry?
After that, you're too late.
Yeah. So this is 1. At 3, we close. Any other tip, question? 2. And last chance. 3. So, yeah. 1 hour and a half. That's nice. Thank you very much for being there and for sharing and listening.
Yes.
And see you next month for this session from Zoolanders. That will be very interesting. And if you have ideas of other topics that you could, where you could be speaker or where you think it's interesting for people, just share with Rachel or with me, and we'll make that happen.
Yes.
We have a monthly meeting, and the intention is to have meetings even in the summer, in our hemisphere. So in July and August, I meant. So yeah, and there is a replay. So even if you're at the beach during that session, you can watch it afterwards. Okay, I stopped the recording. See you all It was very nice having you today. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.